Welcome to Uniquely Female Troubles. My name is Leslie Wells. Today I'm going to read a poem that I wrote on April 29th of this year, 2025, and it is called Inside Me. Inside me is a cavern, 1,000 feet high, full of stalactites and stalagmites made of unshed tears. Inside the cavern is a lake, and even though I am just one person, the lake has millions of gallons of clear water, clean water, pure ancient water, held back by walls. I built those walls before I was old enough to know how to build walls. I want to breach those walls. And if I manage to do that, the water will drown me or it will birth me anew. I don't know which, but I am determined to try. And this poem is really about feeling like I still have so much inside of me that needs to come out. Feeling like there's so much inside of me that is still stuck behind walls. And my psychiatrist told me that a long, long time ago, I built a wall inside myself and I walled off the trauma so that I could survive as well as I have survived. And in spite of the fact that I have not done a lot of things in my life that I wish I would have done, I have survived. I have even thrived. I am alive and I am here. And now I am speaking out on YouTube, which is amazing, considering that at one time I couldn't open my mouth about anything. At times that I really needed to tell people what was happening to me, I kept my mouth shut. And that's not happening anymore. Now I am telling the truth. And I think that might be the biggest sign of all that I have survived all this awful stuff that happened. But that wall is also walling off part of my humanity. And I want that humanity back. And it's scary. And I have broke down some of that wall, but a lot of that wall is still there. And it's really scary, the thought of breaking down that wall, because for all I know, all that trauma could come out and really drown me. Or it could, like I said in the poem, it could birth me anew. I could finally be close to what I want to be. Nobody is ever 100% of what they want to be. I get that. I know I will certainly never be that. But I really still feel this huge need to break down this wall inside of me. But it is scary because the wall is what I built so I could survive and so that I wouldn't be destroyed by the trauma. And I'm not telling anybody else to try to break down walls. Everybody has to do what they need to do in their time and in their place and in their pace. Everybody has to make that decision for themselves. But I've been in therapy for a very long time. And it's really one of the best things, maybe the best thing I ever did for myself, because being in therapy helped me get out of the cult and it helped me get out of the marriage. And it helped me survive and stay alive. And so we'll see. See if I even can break down this wall inside me. I don't know if I can, but I'm going to try. I'm actually beginning a new type of therapy. It's called Internal Family Systems Therapy. And I'm very excited about it. And if any of you have seen the movie called Inside Out, I think it was made by Pixar. That movie is actually based on the therapy known as Internal Family Systems Therapy. And it was developed by a man named Richard Schwartz. And what it's about is that we have all these different parts inside of us. And the parts are working together to try to keep the system, the system is me, try to keep me as well and as doing as well as possible, but using techniques that we learned a long time ago that are no longer functional. One of the big problems with trauma is, especially when it happens when you're really young, but I think at any time, is you develop coping techniques that help you survive the trauma and help you do and be what you want to be. But at some point, what worked for us when we were children becomes very maladaptive by the time you're an adult. And when you keep doing those maladaptive coping strategies over and over and over again that we learned way back, maybe even before we started kindergarten, they don't work for adults. And so a lot of therapy is teaching people what those maladaptive coping techniques are and how to replace them with healthy coping techniques. And I'm really hoping that this internal family systems therapy will help me break down those walls, because that wall was very necessary. And like I said, I built it way before I knew how to build walls. So no telling how crooked and lopsided it is, but obviously it functions. But having that big wall inside of me walling off so much of my humanity is not helping me at this point, in my opinion. My inner parts might have a different opinion. I'm sure they do. So we'll see what happens. So thank you very much. And please like this video, give it a thumbs up, and leave me a comment. I would love to hear what you guys think. I want to turn this from a monologue to a dialogue. I love telling you guys what I think, but I want to know what you think. And so please do that. And if you want to be notified when I post another video, then subscribe and click the all for how many notifications you want to get, if that's what you want to get. So thank you very much and have a great day.